Welcome back. Today we're going to be revisiting Bugzey's story, and Dr. Dwayne Andrew Kennedy will be talking about Bugzey's story from his point of view and having his second appointment changing the bandages at home as ordered by the specialist veterinarian. During this video, we're going to introduce also animal-assisted therapy. What is it? But first, over to Dwayne.
Hi again, you're here with Dr. Dwayne Kennedy and Bugzey. And Bugzey's having his leg changed once again after his operation of having a carcinoma removed. I can actually tell you a little bit about Bugzey, his life. He was a rescue dog. He was on a chain for over 5 years of his life. And it was quite incredible, his journey, because when he arrived, he was quite overwhelmed with not being able to relate, not being able to be really touched, felt like he needed to protect himself. The freedom that he experienced with us at Ability Therapy Specialist has helped him travel this journey with a little bit more ease, helping him to heal, to be able to be touched.
Animal-assisted therapy works on a number of key principles, really. When we're working with an individual, there's a triangle, usually always a triangle of some kind or other. In the therapy relationship, you've got the therapist, the client, and what we call the third element in the therapy. The third element can be the client's story. The third element could be an activity like art therapy, or sometimes we do walking therapy over the years where we take clients out into a beautiful park in that regional area here and go for a walk and have a talk. Sometimes the third element is having an additional person or entity in the therapy space. And animal-assisted therapy is where we use the presence of an animal, like a puppy dog, to work with us as a third element in the therapy that helps and engages with us in so many different ways at different levels.
It's just amazing to know his journey and how his behaviours changed over the several years of having Bugzey with us as a pets therapy dog. He's just an amazing dog that has been able to work with people, able to work with us.
Helps the client to share their story in a more natural way. And hey, Bugzey, and really open up. Animals help us to open up in so many ways, to think about life in different senses and to experience our sensory systems in many different capacities. So there you go. There's a few principles of animal-assisted therapy in action.
So Bugzey, once again, is allowing me to remove these bandages. He's very, very intrigued, really wants to get in there and have a bit of a lick. The wound has really, really healed a lot since his operation on the 22nd of December. It was a big operation for such a small dog. He's had this operation several times before. He really understands the process of allowing this to happen each time that we need to dress it. And once again, I say, I was a really good patient.
People have asked us, well, how do you use animal-assisted therapy when you're working online like you guys do? Well, yeah, that's true. We do see people online through what we call telehealth in Australia. The presence of someone like Bugzey as a co-therapist when we're working online with somebody is a pretty gentle but important presence. I'll sit here like I'm doing now with a client, and Bugzey interacts with us and engages. He's just here with us, and he's listening. He's always listening and taking in what we say, and he is part of the process.
We're just taking off the last bandages, so the cotton dressing, the bandage, the non-stick bandage, the small amount of dressing underneath. And Bugzey wants to have a little lick, of course, because he goes, oh, great, fresh air. I can see what's happening. And he does give it a bit of a gentle lick, which you can see. And that's allowable at the moment, but we don't want him to lick it too much.
The person that I'm working with at the other end of the video conference will interact with Bugzey as well. They may have their own pup on their end in their own home. We could be talking to them from across Australia. We have a number of clients way down in Tasmania, and they work with us online, and they have their own pups back in their places of residence. And a couple of our clients also work with formerly trained autism assistance dogs.
The wound has really done well. And like I said, it was a large operation. He's had this bandage probably dressed every second day at the moment. His vet has allowed us to take the formal steps of doing the dressings ourselves. Okay, Bugs, good boy. You're doing really well, mate.
They're more than pets. They're actually really important components of their life and functioning, because those animal assistance specialist dogs, like autism assistance dogs or like guide dogs, go out into the community and help an individual, in this case with autism, to function within society. Helps a child to go to school. There might be a trained animal handler who's teacher assistant in the school environment. The parent, who's the animal handler at home, hands over the pup when they get to the school, and the child has that dog with them throughout the day in the school environment.
In our last video, Bugzey was just really good. This time it was just explaining a little bit of his journey and how he's become a pets as therapy dog. We're actually going to place some cooling, soothing hydration gel on first. And then we've got a gauze, which helps the healing process. Hey, Bugs, good boy. Good boy. You're doing really well, mate. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Hey.
How amazing is that? That influences the child, and also, in a really positive way, all of the other children in the classroom have that opportunity, and the teacher has that opportunity to work with the presence of that therapeutic animal in that space throughout the day. And it's integrated into the classroom environment, into the culture of the classroom. And it's proven to be a really positive experience for the children and for the teachers, so much so that in some of the situations that we're aware of, the parents will request of the principal at the end of the year that their child could possibly be in that classroom as well, and that people want to engage in this environment, and they see student retention rates and academic skills and capacities and developmental gains within the children who have that animal within that environment, assisting that individual. So isn't that amazing? We see a number of major gains and advantages of animal-assisted therapy, but also of the more formal autism assistance dogs in our experiences with working with people in various places in Australia.
Then we use a non-stick dressing to go over the top of that, which is really needed. Then we do the cotton dressing again. This time around we're doing a very light bandage because the wound is really cleared up a lot. Really happy with the progress that it's making, and it's just eased Bugzey in being able to have a little bit more freedom. Of course, we love our dogs. We're going to give him some love on the bandage. Sit, mate, sit. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy. Look at me. So, just put an extra bit of dressing on. Bugzey really wants this to be feeling a bit aired at the moment. So I just done a lot lighter bandage this time around, just to give him a bit of a break. And like I said, it's healed really well.
Because we work with several pups in our therapy practice, we've noticed that, of course, each of our pups has a very different story. Bugzey, as you know, has his story of healing and recovery. And Andy, it's beautiful Andy, with her blue eyes. Andy Grace, she's just lovely, lovely pup. She has her own unique story as well, don't you, Andy? Yeah.
So the steps that we've taken is just to explain a bit about Bugzey's journey, a bit of his life, and the challenges that he faced in the early years of his life, for the first 5 years being on a chain. That really changed his behaviour, being chained for 5 years, and then coming to us and experiencing a totally different lifestyle. He had to learn a lot of new behaviours, a lot of new interactions, how to interact with water, how to interact with people.
The pup story touches the people that we work with at so many different levels. And we've worked with people, for example, who are recovering from abuse and trauma. And when they learn of Bugzey's story and of his challenges and growth and how long it took for him to work in recovery with Dr. Kennedy and myself, and how much he's grown in relationships, how much the pups have grown with each other as well, and Bugzey allowing to sit on my lap like this and having Andy basically sitting on his back is an amazing accomplishment for Bugzey.
He actually loves having a bath today. He likes being a clean dog. He has got used to being groomed and clipped and loves the hairdryer. He's always, I believe, has been an amazing dog. He's just needed to be loved, supported and encouraged through the process of growth to become exceptional with the skills that he has.
And he's a very loving pup, for sure, absolutely. And just gorgeous, eh? Look at her. Oh, she's so special. So the story of the pups, in other words, has an enormous influence in the therapeutic process with certain people, and the stories and narratives of their lives and the parallel processes that the person is going through in their growth, their struggles, their healing. It's really an important aspect of animal-assisted therapy work, in that we form relationships with the animals, and that the story of their existence, their life, their care becomes part of our story, and our story becomes part of their story as well. Our story becomes part of the influence and presence of the animal in our lives. And this makes a significant difference, makes us feel connected, makes us feel not so alone, makes us feel supported and understood in only a way that an animal can provide to us, in a nonverbal, unconditional, loving way that comes from our relationship with animals in a therapeutic sense. Isn't that beautiful?
It's just really good talking about Bugzey and just reflecting on how far he has come with the ability therapy specialist, now as a therapy dog too. How he has engaged with not only people face to face, but also online with people. He's a beautiful, calm, relaxing dog, loves playing with the other 4 dogs at ability therapy specialists, and he shows us, he returns the love, I should say, that he's been shown. So thanks again, and we really appreciate that you've joined us for renewing Bugzey's bandages today. Really appreciate it. Page, you'll notice that there's a subscribe button. Please press. Enjoy the video and please come back for more. Take care. Have a great day.